power than those are rechargers and rechargers.
I'm really happy to look at this thing. Wow, that's a lot of power back here.
Oh yeah, dude, that whole thing back there. In fact, the best way to do this would be to get in the build block. But you and I in here right now can just take a look at the innards. Look at all the thrusters intermixed with all this shit, the punch modules, the beam modules.
Yeah, here's the brain. That's the only reason it stopped, because we just finally nailed it here.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. So
Oh,
no,
it's a
yeah.
catamaran. Holy
No,
crap.
here's the thing. Yeah, it has two. That's the deal. It has the left and right are two pylons full of fucking shit.
No,
Energy power.
it is straight beams for like 90% of it. No wonder this thing hurts me. I am literally being hit by a flying shotgun.
Well, can't we make one and fire back at it? I mean, you got power for days in that damn thing. Let's put it to use. Hey, are these the beams?
Those are the beams, the ones inside the pylons.
No, they're both cannon barrels mixed with damage beam. I don't know which one's which.
Yeah, we have. I know it shoots the lasers, so I'm pretty sure they're using the cannons to make the lasers fire quicker.
So I'm just saying, if you wanna fix this, you do what you do.
I don't want to fix it, but now that I know what I'm fighting,
There's an anti-turret on the top. Yeah.
there were a couple of them.
I'm looking at this Bobby AI and look. I'm looking at how they designed their turret. I like seeing.
Yeah, we need
looks
to
like
go.
your turret.
Yeah, it does look a lot like my
It
turret.
looks exactly like your turret.
Well, it's a simple turret. It doesn't have to be expensive.
See, and I want you to see this thing ain't that big. I mean, it's big, but it's about the size of your VK. So we just need to put some balls on that VK and tell it to bark. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put. Put the VK out here. I got an idea. I have an idea.
I can definitely rip out the missiles and put lasers on it now.
Well, no. You keep what's in it. We want missiles. Well, see, that's a good point. Maybe you should rip the missiles out, because my little guys are gonna be the ones firing the you know what I mean? They're the TIE fighters, blowing up the little.
Yeah, I need to be just laying down the constant hurt.
You need to be able, and not only lay down constant hurt, take that hurt. This thing, its shields went down and it recharged so fucking fast. I know you're like, I have enough rechargers. No, you don't.
Well, my first one had
I want to work.
But I've noticed this thing. We've both talked about this when we're looking at it. When we're pounding it pretty hard, it's not shooting back. That's why we're sitting there so long. It's because it's literally power hungry, trying to keep its shields up. Much like how your ship, how our early ships did with. They finally start kicking in the recharge, and we're just listing.
Yeah, but there's got to be some place between heaven and hell, man. There has to be a good,
I know.
Somewhere's in the middle. Plus, this thing has a shit ton of computers too. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have one, and that's the confusing thing. I thought one computer was enough for,
All right, here's how that
Stop
works.
firing beam and beam.
If
you hook a computer of the same kind to itself, does it become stronger?
All right, if you hook a cannon computer to a cannon computer, it makes that cannon computer shoot faster.
What about a beam to a beam?
Beam to beam means you have longer range. So what you do is you attach a beam cannon or a beam or a cannon to a beam, and all of a sudden you have a constant pulse of laser.
Can you hook two cannons to a beam?
No, you can only hook two guns, and then you can hook up a tertiary module like an ion or EMP damage, or piercing, or bursting, or pulses weapon.
I bet you balls to bone that thing has a piercing module on it.
Oh, it does, because I get hit by it.
I like how you're parking it next to it. Well, it is this big. You're right.
You told me to bring it.
This is not gonna happen, but I'm gonna try. Nope. Yeah, I was seeing if I could repair this, and no, that ain't happening.
Oh, are you in it? What's the mass?
Would you like me to get into the thing?
Yeah, let's compare hard numbers real quick. I understand it's been damaged, but
go for hard numbers. Tell me what's up. Remember, this is dicked right now, so
yeah. So these are gonna be dicked.
I'll tell you this: The power is over 1.6 million right now.
Mine's 8.
So it's double the fun.
A lot of it's
Remember
broken,
all
so
that
therefore
empty
it doesn't
space
do a lot of the
talking about?
Yeah, a lot of
You know
its
all that
power
empty
is going to be
space?
broken.
That's the deal. We have to make those power assemblies. Like this thing is doing it inefficiently.
Mm-hmm.
Because we could still make that same number with smaller space. Shields right now it's 121. So I'm assuming at hull it's 160.
No, they're 360. That shows when we target it and shoot at it.
Okay, so you remember that number. Got it. I do not.
It's either 360 or 680, depending.
I
'cause I'm
remember it
thinking
was
the
like
Empyrean.
1 something. I remember it was
Oh,
like
that's the
180.
Empyrean, or the other one.
It makes sense if it was the station.
Well, there's that other one we caught too that you took apart.
Well, I'm just Redeemer.
Yeah, that was the Redeemer number.
Alright, this is 121. Is there a way to look at weapon system?
Yes. Oh, at least what's on there. You have to hit tab, go to ship, and then go to weapons. And it'll tell you how many modules are on there and how many gun computers.
Alright, so this dude has a damage beam with a cannon and a missile computer. No, I'm sorry, it's explosive effect.
Yeah. Missiles do more
Damage
damage
beam.
than explosive.
Right, so cannon is secondary, explosive is tertiary. He has a damage beam with a cannon and a punch-through effect. He has a damage beam, so I see how he fires. He has a bunch of little damage beams, and they're all loaded up, and pew 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 pew.
Yep.
Pew, 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 pew. Like he goes through each one of them.
Well, see,
They're already
AI can
charged
fire
by the
all of them at once. We have to go through every one by hand. So that's the difference between player ships and AI
All right,
ships.
so you need to be able to eat 1, 2, 3 damage beam computers, 4, 5 damage beam computers, with two of them having punch through effects, and 2 of them being 3 of them being explosives. Hold on, wait a minute. Whoa. I was wrong. There are they're layered. No. Oh, God. Hold on. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23 damage beam computers. How is this thing legit?
The way weapons work is if you have one string, let's say one big line, and you put a computer on it, that does, let's say, 1 power for 1 unit, so it's 100 power. But the moment you put 2 streams of 50 in that haphazard like checkerboard thing, it tacks on an extra 50% of power because you are using one computer to run 2 barrels essentially. So it's 110 power for the same amount of gun essentially, but since it's broken up, they're going to shoot a little different. So what they're doing is they're probably putting a computer on the back end of nearly every freaking gun so that it still gets the multiple buckshot effect, and it can fire all of them at once because it's AI, and it's not getting the 10% hit per
Okay,
line.
that's not what I asked. How much are we going to need to make in order to defend against that thing?
Something with ridiculous amounts of buff and shields, I'm assuming. Or something that hits extremely hard.
Tube.
Something that can basically take the couple of minutes and then pound it to death is what we really need.
You notice that the weapons aren't also turrets, they're built off of the damn thing, which is also something we should look into.
Yeah, it's only using defensive turrets. So, my thinking is,
You should have a giant cannon that goes through the center of that thing.
I actually do
Which
have a
is
big.
so much.
I have 4 cannons that
No,
do that.
no.
However, I can buff them up if
except
I
for
remove
them.
the missiles now. I can make them twice as
No,
large.
I mean, do you see? You don't see where I'm at, but like I'm looking at your like antenna thing, right? You see the cross under your antenna, right?
Yeah.
A little bitty. Okay, you start under that block, and and then you just go straight out, and it's just this gigantic gun that goes the length, and it's about like 5 wide and 3 high, 5 maybe 4 high if you want to go crazy. See, and you just go straight out, and then you can like layer it into the like thing too to make it flat if you wanted to. This thing has more than a fist. This thing has like 8 Punch Man full to your fist.
Well, let's see here. How many missile computers do I, or how many missile modules?
And that's the thing. Don't fire missiles. Fire like. You should probably be firing beams from your vessel.
I needed something to start hammering armor the moment I brought the shields down, and that's what the missiles were for. But if this is the case, that I found out something else. Depending on how much of a tertiary effect you put on it, it'll say like 33% or 60% or 100%. So I can make it to where I can still do like 40% EM damage with my guns, but the moment I bring down the shield, it's still doing 60% regular damage.
I'm gonna get to work, is what I'm gonna do. I'm building.
What you could do is hollow this thing out, and we could make ourselves essentially a redeemer, or essentially an anti-Fafnir.
Or rectangle.
Or you could just build a box of death, yeah, fiery box of death. But it does look thicker than me as well.
Oh, dude, yeah, she's thick. That's actually, it's kind of funny. I was toying around with this kind of idea, and I'm going to destroy the VKM small and just remake this. So it's all right. Actually, no. We need a Goliath class. We really do.
We need something that could just sit there and tank.
Hype class can't tank. That son of a bitch can just go.
Or get the other. Oh, you're over here doing pulling stuff.
You had the big garage yesterday. Today's my day with the big garage.
No, you can pull the big garage. I'm fine. Do I need to move the spaceship?
I'll find out. This is gonna become a Samson class fight. What do you call big ships that just stand there?
Well, I mean,
what's the naval thing? Like, it's not a frigate. It's a.
Well, I don't think we're big enough even close to be. Well, cruiser or battle cruiser. Dreadnought is something that is near Titan sized. We don't have any of that yet.
Titan, there we go. Titan class. Samson Titan class.
We can call it the Grunt Sponge class.
All right, so I want you to give me some colors for this. What is going to be the scheme?
Do we want to go Volcon or we go red for sure?
Dude. Straight. Okay, so we got
like red, dark gray.
Red advance on the outside, and then what?
Dark gray as well.
The saddest full gray. Okay, I'd like a little green splashed in there.
Ah, that'd work.
Black, I guess. The stuff that like would be a connecting color, like. Oh, the gray would kind of work for that. Yeah, it's gonna look like a damn cloud car.
It is with those colors. Else we'll call it the Bozo class.
Boson class. That's the drug name. That's the drug name I would take.
That or we need to name it the Higgs boson, because you can't touch this.
You can't touch this.
Oh, what you need to do is attach 2 of these big-ass yellow turrets to it. There's your color scheme. White, black, red, and yellow. Put like 3 or 4 of those things on it. 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom.
Go print them out for me.
So, you're not going to like it, but I had to put it there because we were running out of space. On top of the housing, or the command center, is a huge stockpile of stuff. Because I couldn't... I found it just a few minutes ago where you actually had the rest of it. And I would have...
What are you... I don't even know what you're talking about.
But I filled up our capacity by 450%. So I had to drop more cargo boxes. So the temporary stock house is on top of the building.
Why? How did we do that? We had 26 mil, unless something got disconnected.
No. No, look, it's
What
it's
happened?
halfway
No,
full.
what happened? No.
We are
There's
sitting
no way
at...
you have-
Well, our capacity is sitting at 45%. We're sitting at 1.1 and 1.7 million volume.
Okay, God. Where's these other things?
I told you I built a mining ship and I went out mining. They're on top of the roof here.
The cargo is on top of the roof?
Yes. Because I didn't realize you put it under the bottom and then sealed it off.
I told you that. Why
I
do you...
knew you did. I just couldn't find it right away, and I needed to do something quick before I started deleting out of my inventory. So this is all full.
Cover it. That's your job now. Cover it and haul.
Okay.
Ah,
I can eat an asteroid in like 12 seconds.
there she is. Oh, there she is. And I could just place that order. And that is bigger than your VK, and she fights like a bat out of hell.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
How much shields? Oh man, that is really cool looking.
I'll go give you the specs. Give me a second. Specs are 1 mil shield with, 1 mil power, 850 energy a second. Shield 603 with 25 grand regen a second. Armor 149, and her weapons. She has a missile computer with 401 blocks. She has a missile computer with 801 blocks. Well, I don't know how to figure this out. Okay, never mind. A missile computer with 200, a cannon secondary with 400, and another missile backup with that with 200. She also has a power supply computer with 500 and another power supply computer with 100. Astrotech computer that's not with no secondary. A salvage computer with a damage beam computer attached to it with 300 blocks on that.
Yeah.
Salvage has 600. And yeah, that's just this guy. That's not the drone bay or the drones.
Let's see, there's 2 drones there. Let's take 2 more drones there. It's decent. I mean, stat-wise, it's decent. But practical-wise, it might be better. I'm fully willing to try it.
Well, then we need to find a better ship. Like this. Something we can just boom. Yeah, it has 4 little drones that you can release. And I don't know what the drones are made of. Each drone carries with it... Oh. Never mind. I got into the drone and it's telling me the entirety of the ship. That's fun. I will have to undock it to be able to see. To do that, I'd have to make this big bastard. So.
Ah, disconnection.
Didn't you see it? It was saying that in the upper right.
Ah,